4 days to launch. 4 days until the most important spaceflight since man's first leap into the cosmos. But all is not well in Space City. Serious concerns around security have been highlighted by visiting advisor Jeff Tracy, and there are mutterings, only mutterings, that the key scientific mind behind the endeavor has gone missing. Yet, business continues as normal. Next item on Commander Jason Fulton's agenda, to appoint a lead astronaut for this important mission.
Say, Cathy, what's the emergency?
Gotta get my 10 laps of the base done before sundown.
Pretty serious about this fitness pursuit, aren't you?
I certainly am, aren't you?
Well, the way I see it, physical fitness is only one small part of the necessary criteria to be a good astronaut.
And you're suggesting that's the only quality I possess.
I didn't say that. Jeez, Cathy, what do you have to be so defensive for?
We're rivals, aren't we, Steve? For the big job?
Right. The XK7 can only have one captain when it takes off on Friday.
You've got it. I hear they've narrowed down the candidates to 2 people. Cathy Kepler and Steve Zodiac.
You versus me, right?
Looks that way. Well, may the best woman win.
Here it is, Professor Matic. Your new home from home.
I'll be darned if I ever think of this hole in the ground as home.
Make yourself comfortable. Every accommodation you require will be provided. Within reason, of course.
I want to know what you've done with Chip.
Young Mr. Matic is being shown your living quarters. You need not worry, Matic. No harm will come to you or to the boy.
As long as we do as we're told. Is that the root of it?
Precisely. And you will replicate your work for the world government here. Give us the secrets of your star drive, and we will break the hyperspace barrier before your American friends can even get off the ground.
Hate to break this to you, but they launch on Friday. With or without me, is my guess. And as good as I am, I'll never be able to replicate the drive for you in the time we've got left. No, sir.
The XK7 will never leave Space City, Professor. Our undercover agent will see to it.
What do you mean by that?
You have all the time you need to help us win this space race. And we will win it, Professor. Is that understood?
Miss Kepler? Cathy Kepler? I'm from Unity City News. Can I have a word with you?
What do you want? I'm just so busy right now.
So's everyone I tried to speak to in this joint. I understand you're one of the 2 candidates for captain of the XK7. Is that correct?
I'm not interested in giving an interview, thanks.
Or has Steve Zodiac already been selected for the role?
No one has been selected yet, as far as I know.
They're going to pick Zodiac, aren't they? Maybe you'd like to state your case for our millions of readers and viewers. If you can get the public on your side, maybe that could help your chances.
Okay, you've got yourself a deal. You want an interview? I'll give you an interview.
What do you mean you can't find him?
The whole of Space City has been checked and double-checked, sir. Professor Maddock and his nephew are...
Nowhere to be found?
I'm sorry, sir.
Not as sorry as I'll be if Jeff Tracy finds out about this. Well, carry on the search and report back when there's an update. Good day.
I'm sorry, Commander. As I guess you've realized, I happen to have heard some of that.
What can I do for you, Zodiac?
Well, it doesn't seem important now, but I was gonna try and state my case for the captaincy of the XK7. But I guess we're calling off the show now?
Calling off the launch? Don't be ridiculous.
But Professor Maddock is key to the pre-flight checks, right?
We do have other engineers. We can manage without him.
Sure is unlike him to go wandering off, especially at a time like this. You don't think something bad's happened?
The launch will go ahead.
But without Maddock, how can we guarantee success? Listen, sir, I could always have a word with my father if that'd help.
Your father? What's he got to do with this?
You may not be aware, Commander, but he is head of the Universal Secret Service.
We all know who your father is, Steve.
If anyone could track Maddock down in time for the launch, it's gotta be them.
Out of the question. Our own internal people will continue the search.
I'm sure he'd be happy to help.
I said no, Steve. We're more than capable of handling this ourselves. Now, if you don't mind, Space City isn't going to run itself.
Steve, is that you, son? Steve, is everything okay?
Hi, Dad. I hate to call you like this. I'm doing this entirely unofficially, but we could really use your help right now. We've got big problems here in Space City, and the base commander has his head in the sand. I can't help but feel that if someone doesn't do something, the XK7 isn't gonna leave the launch pad.